Here's a great question. How can I build equity in my home? In this episode, I'll be sharing with you 7 ways to do just that. Welcome everyone to this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. I appreciate you tuning in to this episode. Had this great question. It's not the first time I've been asked this question, but I felt that this deserved its own episode. So before we dive into how you can build equity in your home, and by the way, I got 7 tips here on how you can do that. I invite you to follow me on social media. Those links are in the description below, and be sure to visit my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. That link is also in the description as well. I want to go ahead and dive right into this now. Okay, the first way to build equity in your home is to increase your square footage, okay? Yes, that would cost money, but you will increase your value, which means you should have more equity built up, okay? That's a great thing. And oh, you know what? Actually, by the way, equity is the amount of money that you can access in your home. So let's say you own you own a home and you have $100,000 mortgage on it and it's worth $150,000. You have some room there between $100,000 and $150,000 to actually pull that money out for other things. Now, I say between there because not every lender will allow you to actually access that full $50K in my example, right? There's gonna be costs, okay, because you are essentially borrowing against that equity. So there's gonna be closing costs, there's gonna be other things that are involved, such as not being able to take out the 100% of that amount. They may allow you to take out 80 or 90% of that amount. So just be aware of that. So yes, the first one, increase that square footage and try to make your home bigger. Yes, you will pay a little bit more in taxes, but you'll have more equity that you can leverage for other things. Number 2 is you add a bedroom or a bathroom or a laundry room. Okay, you're adding an additional room, which again, yes, it does cost money, but the value supersedes what the cost would be, especially if you're going to be in the home for a little bit. I've even had a real estate investor client that has actually done this where, they have added an extra bedroom in a home and they sold it, okay, a few months later for more. So it is possible, okay, but we're talking about equity. Number 3, increase your down payment. This one's easy and it's somewhat common, is that when you're purchasing a home, you put down more of a down payment, okay? If you put down 20% down payment, you're gonna have equity right off the bat. That's a great way to actually build equity in your home, okay? Now, number 4, make bigger and or additional mortgage payments. The more you pay down your mortgage, the more equity you will have, provided your home appreciates, okay? So pay down your mortgage, you pay it down faster, and you're gonna have more equity, okay? Number 5, refinance and or shorten your mortgage loan term. When you shorten your term, okay, yes, your payment goes up, however, you're paying less in interest. So you save the boatload in interest, you're gonna pay the home off faster, and therefore you're gonna have more access to equity, okay? It's a great thing to do, as long as the numbers make sense. Number 6, invest in remodeling and home improvement projects. This is a great way to increase your equity, which is essentially increasing the value of your home. And that's, you're renovating the kitchen, you're renovating the bathrooms, you're adding all new carpet, you're renovating the outside, you're increasing your curb appeal, okay? I talk about these things in other videos on my channel, by the way, on YouTube. So invest in remodeling and home improvement projects. You update your home and you're gonna have more equity, and therefore when you go to sell, okay, as long as it's still up to date, you're gonna have more money, okay? Because when you sell the home, that equity comes to you in the form of seller proceeds, okay, or cash, okay? And the last one, you can simply wait for your home value to increase. Most of the time, okay, with the exception of some drastic periods, but like the recession in 2008, but basically, most homes appreciate year over year, okay, year after year, okay? So you can simply wait for your values to go up and increase each year, providing you more equity. Sometimes when someone's trying to do a home equity loan, and this is a side note, they look at refinancing and they say, oh, they figure out after talking with the lender that they can only get X amount of money. So they say, well, that doesn't make sense. But maybe they wait a year or two, right? And then they rerun the numbers and the value went up a little bit. So it made it more possible for them to do a home equity line. That's a cool scenario. Not that they had to wait, but that the value was going up and now it made it work. We see this when homeowners and sellers try to actually sell their home in a specific time period because maybe, it makes more sense. Maybe they were underwater, or maybe it was too tight and they would have to pay extra on top of their closing, right? Just to sell their house. But they waited, and then the market changed and favored them more, and the value was higher, and therefore they were able to sell. So we see things like that, okay? So the last one was simply wait until the value of your home goes up and your equity goes up as well. If you found this episode valuable, definitely share your thoughts in the comments. You know what? I'd love to know what you think about this topic. Do you know of any of other ways that you can build equity in your home? Go ahead and share that in the comments. And again, follow me on social media and my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. All those links are in the description. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor, and I appreciate you watching.